Central Oklahoma Juvenile Center is in Tecumseh, Oklahoma. We are a 112-bed facility. Our residents generally are 13 to 19 years of age.
In 2016, all of our buildings were over 100 years old. All windows were painted. There was no natural light. None of the kids had a single room. They all stayed in dormitories with a day room. It was very challenging. So the legislature funded us with a bond money. The vision was to build a facility that was conducive to treatment. So natural lighting, therapeutic colors, and individual rooms so that they would have alone time to think about what they had just learned in treatment.
So a lot of our youth having their own room, it's theirs. It makes them feel safe, makes them feel comfortable. A lot of them, this is the first time that they've ever had anything to themselves.
The rebuilding of the buildings was a great start, but we needed programming to match the excellence that was coming out of these buildings. And so we had some areas that certainly could use some improvement. How we build relationships, how we reward our young men, our ability to respect our young men, as well as the ability to role model for those young men. And during our April data collection, 2021, the numbers showed that both staff and our residents agreed that we were struggling in each of those areas.
The data was there. The data's always been there. The kids are telling us, the staff are telling us, they were scared. And so when kids are scared, they're going to act out. So we created a facility improvement plan focused on assaults and fights.
And that kind of began to shape the core four for what it is we do today. The core four are relationships, role modeling, rewards, and respect. And so the mission and vision is something that began to take form through our Leadership Academy. Leadership Academy is an onboarding process for our new employees.
We started at changing the intake process to be more friendly. We became a hope-centered agency, implementing dialectical behavior. We're giving them the process that they can have coping skills and create that pathway of hope. Superintendent Fields meets with each and every one of them and tells them, this is a place where we're going to help you.
At some point in time, there was a move towards some regimented ideal of barking orders at a kid's arrival. We want to make it a situation where, hey, we're here to help and we want you to get back home. I do make a point of meeting every young man.
For me, the biggest shift is when a kid comes to CIYJ, the question isn't, what did you do? It's what happened to you.
A resident is never going to feel safe in their treatment unless you build that relationship with them first.
They want to be treated the way that we all want to be treated, like we're human beings. And so I think that that's a very important aspect to any relationship that they have.
Building that relationship with them has really helped our staff feel safe, and because our staff feels safe, the residents feel safe.
When that young man realizes that you have their best interests at heart, it almost quells some of those escalating situations because they know that you have what I would call a unconditional positive regard for them.
I'll have good interaction with all my staff. They really just make sure that we're motivated and keep us on track. They actually care. They want us to do better.
I am a firm believer that there's a strong correlation and connection between safety and hope.
Being able to feel safe and secure, you can actually begin to open up. We see just naturally trauma symptoms are going to reduce. They are secure and safe and able to engage in treatment and actually work on making the changes that they need to make better choices. And I think that that's a very powerful thing for the residents that we have here.
The walk and talk is just a method that it's worked. When a youth is upset and they just need a moment to themselves, we give them that opportunity. And you'll be amazed at how calm a kid can be within 15 minutes talking to a staff that he kind of has a positive relationship with.
It's almost like flipping a switch where they're so emotional and then they say, oh, let me think this thing through.
Last April, we were able to begin training the clinicians on dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT. DBT has been essential to help the residents here. Typically, any adolescent struggles with emotion regulation. And so being able to have the skills to manage that can go into the rest of their life.
We have Hope Navigators that come on our campus at least once a month. And so they talk to our young men and our staff about your tomorrow can be better than your today. And so being able to have that conversation is really impactful for our young men. Hope is a cognition, it's not a wish.
So the culture now, I love it here. I love coming to work every day.
A lot of what we've done at CIYJ over the last 5 to 10 years in terms of trauma-informed care, really being hope-centered, has now, I think, really written a path for what we're doing outside the facility as well. So I think everything that you see across the state in the juvenile system is really based on what we've done here at CIYJ over the last 5 to 10 years. Winning the Barbara Allen Hagen Award, not just once, but now for a second time, there's confirmation, validation there, and what we're doing and the process we've gone through is working.
It works, these things work. And we want to share that with other jurisdictions that have all these challenges.
It solidified our executive team as leaders. The direction that we're heading in is the right direction. One of our board members, he says, you may have done what they said you did, but you're not who they say you are.
Youth placed at CIYJ, this is not a consequence for them. This is a pathway of hope for them. The giving back in my life to these youth and to the staff, that's my fulfillment. Because I see the impact, and I see the impact that it'll be for future generations. I'm almost made me cry.
My future, I feel like I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna actually be able to get out and stay on track. Just being able to be back with my family and actually be able to start up my business and actually work on doing a better future.
And I know, even for the boys who struggle, that seed has been planted and that one day they'll probably be telling their children, because we're going to impact generations of the future.